Welcome to part two. This is part two of my highlight. Thank you for joining. Well, that was a great show, wasn't it? All this world is a big act to a passing illusion. You should not therefore take it seriously. When you really get down to the nitty gritty about your own innermost core, one of the greatest questions that you have to ask yourself is, are you serious? Or do you know deep within you you're a put on? This is funny. Photo. When you commit suicide to escape a miserable suffering life on Earth and get reincarnated in 30 seconds later. I'm sure we all seen that. But sometimes you don't necessarily get reincarnated. Only you also can be a hungry ghost, and you're sitting there, and you just blew it. You realize you just blew it, and that you really don't have a body to do it with. Suffering only shows where you are attached. This is why to those on the path, suffering is grace. Suffering brings me so close to God, my guru would say. It has the chance of separating from illusion, awakening. And in Christianity, to take on your cross brings you closer to God. You are a faithful child of God. You strengthen your faith. You look deeply. You learn more about yourself. You do what you're here to do. Surfing, either you do it like it's a big weight on you, or you do it as part of the dance. When you understand the thought is the thought of the thoughtless, your singing and dancing is no other than the voice of the Dharma. Singing and dancing accounts, jobs, insurance, responsibility, all of it. Shiva's dance of life. Do you do it from Ankh or do you do it from Ah? Do you surf through it all or do you carry it around like a load? If only you could throw it off. If only I didn't have these kids around my neck. You can't get away for the day because it's in your head that you're trying to get away from. And it's the only way to get out is to change your head. Simple as that. You want to change your environment? Change your head. It's all the ecstatic moment. If you know how to dig it, if not, it's a travesty. That's all profane. Here and now, you go through so much meditating, pranayama, sitting in a cave, haven't eaten year after year, arms and legs crossed. You're still here through it all. You're right here again, and what blows your mind is you are here all the time, and it's such a cosmic joke. It's so funny, your struggle to get here. You're standing on a bridge watching yourself go by. Wow, look at that. Camus said there is only one serious philosophical question, which is whether or not to commit suicide. I think there are 4 or 5 questions. The first one is who started it. Second, are we going to make it? The third is where are we going to put it? The fourth is who's going to clean up? And the fifth, is it serious? Alan Watts. You find out that the universe is a system that creeps up on itself and says boo, and then laughs at itself for jumping. I know how that is. It's very you can't surprise yourself, unless you have a very strong sense of humor, like me seeing the future sometimes. Like, I'm not surprised. Or am I surprised to be surprised? I ask myself continuously. It's such a trip. First of all, there is no need to worry. Life itself is a beautiful, self-sustaining mechanism. We just need to allow it to function in its natural way. Then we will awaken to its higher intelligence and drop all worries. Allow your awareness to relax you deeper into a deeper understanding. The meaning of life is just to be. It's so plain and so obvious and so simple, and yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun. Alan Watts. The game is not about becoming somebody, it's about becoming nobody. You've been somebody long enough. You spent the first half of your life becoming somebody. No, now you can work on becoming nobody, which is really somebody. For when you become nobody, there's no tension, pretense, no one trying to be anyone or anything. The natural state of the mind shines through, unobstructed, and the natural state of the mind is pure love. Ramdas. The mystery of life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. If there were not that, there would be no life. The universe is looking at itself. That which is the knower, the ground of all knowledge, is never itself an object of knowledge, just as the fire doesn't burn itself. So there's always that profound truth in which we have no control whatsoever, and that's the beauty of it. And that beauty is all of it. It is eternal. You are it. View what is, as if you didn't even know how to talk. Red is not red, blue is not blue, hard is not hard. Breathe. Soft is not soft, male is not male, female is not female. There is just this jazz going on. If thoughts come, treat them like blah 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 blah, just as if it is music. Can you hear the past? Can you hear the future? Can you hear the listener? Where do the sounds come from? Ears alone. Let them tell you the truth. We are not beings, but becomings. The aim and end of becoming is being. Being is real. Becoming is transitory. Yet in becoming there is being. Being is the ultimate. Being is pure. Being evolves. Becoming is evolution. Come and they go. Like for example, you go from I'm depressed, from I'm depressed. See, that's the unawakened response. The awakened response is dig this depression. I mean, it's just a different place you're saying it from. I mean, the interesting thing is the fact that you even notice the depression means there's a little part of you that isn't depressed because who's noticing? Is the noticer depressed? Cultivating the witness. One way to get free of attachment is to cultivate the witness consciousness, to become a natural observer of your own life. The witness place inside you is a simple awareness, the place of you that is aware of everything, just noticing, watching, not judging, just being present, being here now. The witness is actually another level of consciousness. The witness coexists alongside your normal consciousness as another layer of awareness, as the part of you that is awakening. Humans have this unique ability to be in two states of consciousness at once. Witnessing yourself is like directing the beam of a flashlight back at itself. In any experience, sensory, emotional, or conceptual, there's the experience, the sensory or emotional or thought data, and there's your awareness of it. That's the witness, the awareness, and you can cultivate that awareness in the garden of your being. You must remember it is not your awareness, it is just awareness. The witness is your awareness of your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Witnessing is like waking up in the morning and then looking in the mirror and noticing yourself, not judging or criticizing, just neutrally observing the quality of being awake. The process of stepping back takes you of being submerged in your experiences and thoughts and sensory input and into self-awareness. Along with the self awareness comes the subtle joy of just being here, alive, enjoying, being present in this moment, eventually floating in that subjective awareness. The awareness of awareness dissolve, the objects of awareness dissolve, and you will come into the spiritual self, the Atman, which is pure consciousness, joy, compassion, the One. The witness is your centering device. It guides the work you do on yourself. Once you understand that there is a place in you that is not attached, you can extricate yourself from attachments. Pretty much everything we notice in the universe is a reflection of our attachments. Jesus warned us. Christ said, lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth where moth and dust doth corrupt. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Desire creates your universe. That's just the way it works. So your first job is to work on yourself. The greatest thing you can do for another human being is to get your own house in order and find your true spiritual heart. Join me for part 3. Stay tuned. Remember, much love.